Go to Alabama. Let's get it together. Yo, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. I know people are probably not even thinking it's gonna take a minute for people to realize that I'm even live and I'm even doing a show because it's a Wednesday night at the Ocho prime time. And y'all would normally see my boy Big Will Reaper up here. But you know, you got your boy the Lochness up here today. Oh, y'all got the Lochness. I knew y'all missed me yesterday. But the Lochness is here today. The Lochness is here today. The Lochness is here today. What's happening? I got 4 people. I got 4 eyes on. Well, four. I got 8 eyes on me right here. Go into the chat and let me know where you're viewing from, where you're listening from, you know what I'm saying, where you're from, what team you represent. Um, if you ain't representing the Falcons, just let me know you ain't representing the Falcons. There's a lot of people that pop up in here. Those that always represent the home team, but they always come in here, you know, like the bless us with their presence. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. What we got? We got a chat. We got moves in the chat. Leo ATL. What's up, lot? What's happening? Out here chilling, man. I felt like I was just going ahead and come in here, just talk about what I was going to talk about yesterday. We're going to talk about what I was going to talk about, Monday. Talk about what I'm going to talk about Sunday. Talk about what I'm going to talk about Saturday. But to guess what? All in the news right now. You know what I'm saying? We keep hearing about, our boy over there going to Miami. James Pierce Jr., man. Like that's all they saying. That's all they talking about right now. They don't like before this James Pierce Jr. Incident. What was they talking about? What was they talking about at first? What was they talking about at first? Michael Penix Jr. What they were talking about Michael Penix Jr. about? After Stephen A. Smith blasted him, my boy went to Twitter. Rise up, rise up. Um, my boy went to Twitter and had a long rant. Um, and I wanted to talk about it. And I wanted to talk about it. And it kind of got washed. It's like it kind of got washed. Like right now, I don't even see anything on it. Let me see. Um, about Michael Penix. Michael Penix going on Twitter, and I don't know if y'all seen that long monologue my boy did, and I wanted to dissect that. I really wanted to dissect um, um, that tweet or that X post, And now I'm trying to look for it, and I don't really see. I see Stephen A. Smith blasting him. Um, bro, they don't forgot about it. Like they're not even let me not even let me see it anymore. The tweet, you know what I'm saying? Said Monroe, Louisiana in the house. Monroe, Louisiana. Okay, for sure, for sure. But yeah, this is the Lochness man from the Lochness podcast, man. I'm coming to you. I would normally do this show on Tuesday nights at the 9:30 spot. But we're doing it today at prime time, Ocho p.m. on a Wednesday. Is the Let's Talk About It with the Lochness. And what is the topic today is Michael. It is Michael Penix Jr. still the Atlanta Falcons franchise QB. We lit, we live, we out here. So I just want to really just talk about it real quick, man. I ain't really got no Superman show that I wanted to sit here and blast off because, like I said, we already know the news. We already know the news about the news broke about not MPJ but JPJ, and my boy just throwing his career away. You know, but let's talk about Michael Penix for a minute because I feel like um, the one thing that people are tending to forget about Michael Penix Jr. is the quality. Like I said, the quality of arm this guy has, and they're saying the reason why they're giving up on Michael Penix, a lot of fans have given up on Michael Penix Jr., is because they want him to be Michael Vick. They don't want him to be Michael Penix Jr. They want him to be Michael Vick. They want him to scramble for 80 yards, dive to a touchdown, can throw the deep balls, pause, and run around in the pocket when we don't need that. We don't we don't need to be designed for that. The one thing that people don't understand when it comes to quality QBs is you don't want your QB to get, tackled a lot. You don't want him to get hit. You don't want him to get pressure too often. And how do you deal with that is you shore up the O line, the pass protection, so he won't be taking unnecessary hits. Is the reason why we're bringing in a Callahan. We're bringing in all of these QB developers. We're bringing in people who develop tight ends. And I want to say, like, they're talking about going for David Njoku, getting a David Njoku, a true tight end. We won't need a wide receiver two because we can then move Kyle Pitts to wide receiver two, and move Njoku and Simon in the tight end spots. But the only problem about that is, said get set. Yeah, the only problem about that is oh my goodness, it's like paying Kyle Pitts later on. 3 years, 40 million. Not even, I wouldn't even say 3 years. It'll be like, yeah, 3 years, 40 million contract, but then there'll be guaranteed money. It'll be guaranteed money on top of that 40. It'll be like, okay, 60 million, 4 years. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff that, that we're gonna have to deal with. Um, but like I said, I wanted to just quickly just talk about, is Michael Penix Jr. still the Atlanta Falcons franchise quarterback? From my understanding, um, and people saying, "Oh, it's a wasted draft pick." What people don't understand, like, it's just like this here. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but when the New York Giants drafted and got Jackson Dart, when the New York Giants got him, he was doing all his little dances. He was running, scrambling, throwing. Oh, they loved it, loved it. But then when he got hurt, right? He got hurt, right? He got injured, right? That can be anybody. What people don't understand is, I think of people like don't understand the medical staff on teams can make or break a player. The medical staff on a team can make or break a player. And I get it that, oh, Michael Penix has torn ACLs on both sides and both knees and just happy for the changes. Yeah, right. Like that's what people don't understand. This is a gift and a curse. This is a gift and a curse. Understand me? Let's talk about it. Can I talk about it? Let's talk about it. I think I'm gonna start saying that too. In the beginning of my shows, I'm like, hey, can I talk about it? And I'm gonna need y'all to be like, let's talk about it. Okay, cool. That's how we're gonna do that. We're gonna start doing that. But this is the thing. Like, let me give you perspective. I like giving people perspective so they can form in their brains and they can form ridges in their brain when I'm about to give you perspective on. Just think if we would have won and Raheem Morris is still here along with the staff that he had coming into the next year. Pause that. staff, the personnel that he keep, and we still with the same stuff. We had to. What if it's in the universe where Michael Penix had to go down again? Why? So he can get the medical assistance in the NFL, professional NFL medical team to give this man to do the reconstruction, to do and put him through the stringent training to get him where he needs to be able to maneuver after having those both of those ACL tears or whatever, injuries or whatever. And then what if we needed a Kirk Cousins to show how he's not worth the $100 million that he received so we can remove him? Or because even when we grabbed Kirk Cousins, it was uncertainty with him as well as his health, but they still paid him, right? Which was crazy. So even when Michael Penix, it's like I think we get to a point where we're just, as soon as something happens we don't like, get him up out of here. And the one thing I tell people all the time, they want this Michael Vick experience, and I tell them, what was our record with Michael Vick? Were we winning with Michael Vick too? We weren't winning like that. It was just exciting. We wasn't winning. So, do I believe that Michael Penix Jr. is our Atlanta Falcons franchise quarterback? Absolutely. What makes me believe this? Because they brought in a coaching staff, they brought in coaching personnel that can develop a quarterback. Even if Michael Penix Jr. was to sit down for 2 more years, if he was to sit down for 1 year, 2 years, and get the development that he needs, get the strength that he needs, get his legs back to what he needs. He already has an arm talent, so we can't argue that Michael Penix doesn't have an arm talent. Dude has a smooth arc on his passes. He has a smooth arc. It's like, whoa, it's crisp. Spiral is crisp. You know what I'm saying? Chips. You know what I'm saying? You know them wrap chips? When they had them wrap chips that you get the Master P's and all these, Michael Penix Jr. got his own chips. He's the rotation on the balls, the rotation on the football is crisp. So let's not get it twisted and think because his legs are jammed up, his arm talent is mediocre. His career isn't over. He just needs to strengthen. He needs to know how to maneuver in the pocket. One of the things that we talked about, well, I mentioned that I know everybody's seen his plies or whatever. His footwork inside of the pocket was trash. He had no development. You remember when he was doing something, he was spinning. It was like he'll turn and it's like I was like, what is this going on? And he looked like it looked like he was uncomfortable with what was going on or how he was being led by the offensive coordinator. And if you have coaches that don't know how to develop a player, it's going to show up in their play. Yes, can we all agree on that? Gladly. So you guessed it, coaching failed the talent on his team, and even not even coaching the O-line correctly led to him. He was the most rushed, he had center blocks on his feet. And then the times he did run, that one game he ran and scored, everybody's, we got like another Vic, because that's what they want to see. They want to see a black quarterback running left-handed. They want to see Michael Vick again. They want Michael Vick. There's only one Michael Vick. And they're like, Lamar Jackson's like no, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. Even Marcus Vick, I think that's Michael Vick's brother. Marcus Vick ain't Michael Vick. It's only one Michael Vick. And for some reason, they're trying to relive this experience, thinking that Michael Penix Jr. is going to be Michael Penix Jr. will probably have a better career being Matt Ryan-esque being a pocket passer, right? He doesn't necessarily need to run for the yards. He doesn't necessarily have to do too much. Like we wasn't expecting somebody like a Peyton Manning to run. We was expecting Peyton Manning to pass. We was expecting Peyton Manning to dissect the defenses. We was expecting to carve up the defenses. We wasn't expecting Tom Brady to run. We was expecting Tom Brady to, to dissect the defenses, look at the telltales of each player, and then make the necessary throws and make the necessary adjustments in game. That's what we need Michael Penix to do. We don't need him to run. We want him to be able to maneuver in the pocket, feel confident in his development, moving in the pocket, and making and learning development on how to maneuver in the pocket under pressure, stepping into the throws, reading the defenses, making the necessary adjustments and the necessary. Hey, they're doing this. I need pass protection, kill this, protection B, like move people in position to get the proper. Like we need him to be developed. That is what this Stefanski personnel is becoming, a development hub for tight ends, for the O-line, for the quarterback, for the offense. I don't see why we just don't see what they're doing. You look at the people that they're brought in, their specialty is something that's offensively led, which like our problem was offense. And not only offense last year, it was our special teams. Our special teams was horrendous. Horrendous. Our O-line, like I said, we're going to get McGarry back. We're going to get McGarry back. Right? He has 2 extra years. We already know we're keeping Lindstrom. So, need an offensive tackle, maybe an internal offensive tackle, like an offensive lineman, and move Bergeron to the outside where we can go ahead and start making decisions on Jake Matthews. Right? Yes. You guessed it. So, a lot of people are giving up on Michael Penix because, there he is getting hurt. Oh, we drafted Mr. Glass. Oh, this. What about when Neighbors got hurt? Rookie. Neighbors Neighbors is a beast out there. That wide receiver in New York, he messed his leg up. What? Do nobody say, he's a bust? There he go. You never know when somebody's gonna get hurt. It's how they mentally come back for it. That's why, like, if this man was to see Michael Penix, was to see people rooting for him, holding him up, it'll probably make him want to go harder for the city. Not as soon as he go down, it's like, get him up out of here. Because they was calling for him when Kirk Cousins was looking like trash. What they were saying, put Michael Penix in there, man. They got this young man in there. And then as soon as he mess up or go down or do this, see y'all shouldn't have drafted him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You remember when we drafted Michael Penix Jr.? When we drafted Michael Penix Jr., people were up in arms like, why did we do that? Like, why did we pay? Because he was intended to be the future. He was intended to not even go in when he went in. It was Kirk Cousins stunk up the place so bad to a point they was listening to the fans, put Penix in, and then they put him in, and he started looking like a rookie. And you know what we did? Trashed him too. As soon as he went down, why? What? Because like I said, when he dove for that ball, when he dove for that touchdown that time, dude showed you what type of heart he had or has. Not had in past tense, but he still has. And guess what they were doing? They were praising him when he was running and trying to dive, and he wanted to win that game. My guy was playing like he wanted to win. And that's what you want. He didn't make Washington look like how Washington was when he was in college because he wasn't trying to win. He didn't have heart. That's one thing they don't teach you, man. They don't teach you heart. You can't be taught heart. You either have it or you don't. And my boy, just like the tweet, I can't even see none of the stuff they were saying about that tweet, that long tweet that my boy had. And it was and I'm gonna just paraphrase it from what I remember. What's happening, my boy? Gats, boy. The new era is here. It's time to rise up. But yeah, like what I'm talking about, like, is how people are turning on Michael Penix Jr., bro. And I'm like, when we drafted Michael Penix, I remember when we drafted Michael Penix Jr. Before we even drafted Michael Penix Jr., during his class, there was 3 different quarterbacks. There was top 3 quarterbacks, and he was one of them. He was the top 3 in his class. He was one of the most accurate. This has a sweet, deep ball. Pause that. Dude was nice. He had an arc on his passes, very crisp arc, very accurate. And then he go down. Hold up, who the team? Who you guys are talking about? In case I never wanted them to rip. I wanted verse. Michael Penix Jr. What it do? BW. B-dub about whatever. Y'all hit that like though. What it do, guys? Bye. But yeah, like I don't know. I talked to like 10 different people about Michael Penix. Man, yeah, man, they need to get rid of him. I said, bro, we're never gonna have a good team if we keep getting rid of people. You know who Michael Penix need to talk to? Go find Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson had 2 of the worst knees in the NFL, and my boy was running all over people when he came back. So whoever his, like, because it's a mental game as well. Y'all don't understand. It's a mental gymnastics as well. Like, ever since Kyle Pitts took that pass from double M in the middle of the field slant, he got hit and he was out. When Kyle Pitts went down, when he came back, he wasn't the same. All good. Like Kyle Pitts wasn't the same after he was hurt. And then it took a couple of years, and then you start seeing Kyle Pitts. Like, when you get older, I'm gonna tell you how you know when you get older, you ain't trying to take those hits. Like Drake London is still trying to fight for after he catches the ball, he's still trying to fight for yardage. Because it's like, I get it. But somebody like a Fitzgerald, after he caught the ball, he automatically go down. Mike Evans, after they catch the ball, they go down. Because they want to preserve their body. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times when Michael Penix was getting hit, he wasn't going down or throwing it away. And then you know how sometimes these guys, they fall on their leg, they fall on your legs, they fall on your ankles. They really want to get you up out the game. Let's be 100%. Like somebody gonna take a stumble and just fall right on your leg and stuff. When they trying to get up, they putting their elbow into the back of your neck or on your neck trying to get up like they trying to, come on now. He said, oh yeah, I don't like him. I do agree. We should train him up because he ain't a track quarterback. Ryan teach him something in training camp or private during off season. Yeah, see, my thing is they forget that Michael Penix is he's an awesome quarterback. Unfortunately, he got his knees messed up. It's just what it is. Like I said, we don't need him to be Michael Vick. We need him to be Michael Penix. We need him to be Michael Penix. And he signed it off on Twitter or X. And he said something, like I said, I'm going to paraphrase, and he was saying something about, you don't know what he's been through. As a man, he done been through a lot, and the struggles he had to go through. And if I could, I tried to look for it. It's like like I said, this goddamn JPJ situation got everything. That's all you see now. You put in Michael Penix Jr. You said Junior? You talking about James Pierce Jr.? Like, no. I'm talking about Michael Penix. And, you don't know the struggles he's been through. And I think he was just getting tired of the naysayers. And I know Stephen A. Smith had blasted off on him, and I think after hearing so many people talk so much trash about my boy, after hearing so many people talk so much trash about him, we're grown men. Let's just think if you're in the limelight and you wake up and you wake up, you in the playoffs or something, or you in a game that can get you to the playoffs. You miss the catch, and then you go to sleep to it, and you wake up, and the whole world is dogging you. You can go to any media outlet. No, hey man, I wonder how his recovery coming. Nah, you got two banged up knees. Get him up out of here. Get somebody else. And then what are the fans are calling for? We're calling for a Malik Willis, another mobile quarterback. We can't get away from this Michael Vick experience. I don't know why. I don't know why we want a Michael Vick experience. I'm like, and Matt Ryan was the best quarterback we had in franchise ever, and they didn't give him love until he left. Until they realized we miss him. You know, and that's what you want Michael Penix to do. You want him to preserve himself by being someone that sits in the pocket and make those throws. That's why we're trying to shore up the offensive line, because with Callahan, because when he was handling, like even with the Cowboys, they had a stout line that you can get through. They had a stout line. Dak Prescott and all them, the Tony Romos of the world, you know what I'm saying? They for years, like that, they offensive line was protecting their quarterback. And that's how we do it. Because you think about it like this. Any professional quarterback, if they got the time, they will carve up a defense with the time. He said he got potential 100. I wouldn't say he a great quarterback, only because he's been injured, because since college, I don't want Malik either. No, so I wouldn't, a great quarterback, I'm going to tell you right now, from what I see a young dude with a chip on his shoulder. I seen a young dude probably telling him, you ain't going to win, you ain't going to this, you ain't going to that. And he was like, nah. Y'all don't know what I do. Like, what people don't understand, what you do in the dark, like the stuff you got to go through. Like, nobody knew I worked out today for 2 hours. Nobody seen me sweating. Nobody seen me doing my push-ups today. Well, my dogs did. Nobody seen me drink 3 bottles of water. Nobody seen me take them vitamins in the morning. Nobody seen that today but me. God. Nobody seen me look in the mirror like, hey, man, I'm going to do something about my body. And I just start working out today. What you do in the dark and the results going to show out when people, and you do it consistently, people going to be like, ooh, wow. That man changed. I had somebody tell me before, I always wear hoodies. I came to work one day with just one of my work shirt. And it kind of fit kind of snug. And they were like, dang, bro, you been working out? I said, no. I've always been a big guy. I just hide it up under my hoodies because I wear a whole bunch of hoodies, and it's cold outside. So you wear multiple clothes, and you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like what you do in the dark, you don't know what the man, like you don't know how this man, and I always felt like if the fans held this man up and he's seeing that the fan, hey, come back, Michael Penix, get healthy, bro. You know, hey, we still rocking with you, bro. It's gonna make him feel good. It's gonna make him feel good, right? Being supported, right? Not seeing people talking about get him up out of here. He got 2 messed up knees, and he's like, damn, bro, we too quick to get rid of people. Who is a solid vet we can bring in here 1 year so he can 100% healthy? They talking about Joe Flacco that's already worked with Stefanski. Is it Joe Flacco? That is who it is. Anybody that can come in here and be a presence for him and show him how to develop, and they develop this guy. Do I believe, like, Michael Penix, to me, they said with him being hurt so much, are we gonna need him for 10 years? Bro, I wouldn't even care. We had him for 5 years if them 5 years was winning seasons. 6 years, and them 6 years was winning seasons. 3 years, and them 3 years was winning seasons. 2 years, and them 2 years is winning seasons. I wouldn't care as long as we're winning, because we brought in coaches that can develop players, and one, they can develop quarterbacks. We didn't bring it. That's not incidental. That's intentional. They're being intentional because we're changing the culture. If I can get anybody, a veteran QB, the dude from New York, I mean not New York, the dude from who played for Philadelphia, I think he's on the Cardinals now. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, he was a great regular season guy. So he can get us to the playoffs. but for real, it's a few people. Malik Willis is just another running back that can throw the ball. He's like they want this Michael Vick experience, but he's a quarterback. But everybody talking about Kyler Murray. I'm like, y'all just want these mobile quarterbacks. Yeah, investing in our future in the Penix. Like, we don't need him. Like, if he's not going to be the future, that's fine. But this it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. This is the thing. If we go and invest in somebody else, we're going to be starting completely over. As long as we're going to be starting over, we're going to have to go through the process of this person being a rookie if we pull a rookie out, and then we got to go through the process of understanding. It's going to take years of development, which me personally, I feel like, even if we rock with Penix the rest of his rookie contract, right, 2 more years with him, okay. Due to poor coaching, yeah, due to poor coaching, but not want to see or hear his ass that he's 100% healthy, because I don't want no efficiency excuses or failure no more. Yeah, like I said, like give him development. Like, you got to think about it. Just think if he sat back for another year and really got developed and really got healthy and then we'll be having a different conversation and this man come out looking different. Sometimes it takes the coaches. Sometimes it takes somebody that knows how to develop even the mentality. Like I told you, y'all got to think about it. This guy said, "Hey, who do you?" And I swear, I thought this was fake news when I heard it. I keep on telling you, I was up under a rock when this man said my fiance and a high school coach, and I was like, damn, my boy didn't say nobody on the Falcons that he go through when he having a bad game. That is bad. Not even the coaches. It's one thing about the players, but the coaches. This, like I said, that's the reason why they had to clean house. That is the reason why they had to change the culture. See, that's another mindset. So I might do a dissect of the coaches and tell y'all what's to expect from each level of each coach. I might do that. That's my next show. To give y'all so y'all will understand how it looks when you have a development system for the O-line, the offense, the quarterback, the tight ends. Because you know where we lacked in? Offensive efficiency. They said we used to get to the red zone so much that we didn't score. It was like, what? I wanted to sit for 2 years from the. I wanted, like I said, when Kirk Cousins threw 5 INTs, I think they still should have went out. You paid him, stank him up, and then let him go. That could have been. He didn't have to be here the next year. They could have made him. You look like trash. This is what you're gonna deal with. Because for him to be like, I was still hurt, and all this other stuff, it was just so much with him. It's almost just like how they did with Raheem Morris. You knew he was gone, let him finish up the season. When You know Michael Penix wasn't prepared and wasn't ready. You paid Kirk Cousins already. Let him stink up the rest of the season. But we can't fault how the universe allows things to play out because it played out in our favor. Regardless if people don't like Stefanski or at all, regardless if you don't like Stefanski, and like I told people all day, is Stefanski better than Raheem Morris? Do you think Stefanski is better than Raheem Morris? Would you rather have Raheem Morris or Stefanski? Everybody I talked to have said Stefanski. So now we can shut up about Stefanski. And now let's look at the personnel that Raheem Morris had on here. And then you look at the personnel that they assembled with Matt Ryan, Ian Cunningham, and Ian Cunningham and Stefanski, or just Stefanski and Matt Ryan, or just Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what we had, do you feel like and people saying on paper, you can only go off people's past performance. So does this coaching personnel look better than the personnel we just had for 2 years in a row? If your answer is yes, then trust the process. I don't think people are really trusting the process because they brought in offensively led guys that can develop on each level of, you guessed it, the offense. We should have got Minshew, the mustache for the Volodowski. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, get Minshew. He wasn't bad. Some of these guys, like I said, you want people that can make the throws, get you where you need to go. I don't want Stefanski either. He wasn't in Cleveland. Stefanski either. Stefanski. He wasn't in Cleveland either, but it's an upgrade for Raheem, definitely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even he didn't get 2 times Coach of the Year for no reason. He didn't take a Cleveland Browns team that was trash forever and then make them into some contenders. Y'all got to think about the story that's being written. This is the story that's being written. The story that's being written is he's taking a team that's not used to winning and helping them win. How did he help them win? With certain personnel on his team. A David Njoku looking like a beast. Now, guess what we're going to try to get? A David Njoku. What else do we have? A Kyle Pitts. Like I said, even if we get David Njoku, move Kyle Pitts to the wide receiver too. Then you don't have to worry about drafting a stupid wide receiver like that. Or just think about it like this. When I did my mock draft, Zachariah Branch was available for us to pick. Zachariah Branch reminds me of Bijan Robinson in wide receiver form. Now, does he does a lot of stuff like, shake, like juking and stuff like Bijan Robinson. Now, am I saying is he Bijan? No, of course not. But he reminds me how he runs like a running back that can catch, which is a win-win for us. So I see Zachariah, even a Surratt reminds me of another like Drake London type. It's a few people. But just think about it like this. Wide receiver 1, Drake London. Wide receiver 2, Kyle Pitts. Slot receiver, Zachariah Branch. Bijan Robinson. Behind him, we can go fullback or keep Algier. Only thing it is when it's time to pay all these people, you have to come up with some money on it. That's the only problem. Bro, I live in Pittsburgh. My daughter is a Steelers fan. I can't shit from football, my guy. Oh, hey, I'm just saying. The Browns, like I said, and then like when it translates like this, like the Browns was trash for a long time. Guess what we've been for 8 years? Trash. What is going to look good on Stefanski if he take us to the playoff and win a game? What are we doing that we haven't done before? Getting a quarterback, getting a head coach that had already had head coach tenure up under his belt, at least a year. And then think about it like this too. Some people are like, why he's not calling the plays? Why he's not calling the plays? What is he doing? He's developing somebody to be up under the Stefanski tree in Tommy Rees. He's already trusted in him. Hey, man, I believe in you. And that's going to build his confidence. Let's take this person. Look at the personnel we got. This ain't nothing like what they had over there in the Browns. We got something right here. We got a good young defense. Hey, we just got to develop our offense. We got a Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and the best running back in that game. It's enticing. It's just like somebody sending a real plate in front of you. Macaroni and cheese with macaroni and cheese, the yams, and the collard greens on the side. And they telling you, hey, man, you want this plate? I ain't got no forks, but you can use your hands. What you gonna do? I'm telling you, like, what are we talking about? Like, stop playing. Like, bro, it's crazy. He said Stefanski ain't it. About whatever. I'm gonna be 100%. I said this in one of my shows. I'm gonna repeat it again. What someone did at another organization sometimes doesn't translate to the next organization. Point in case, everybody was screaming for Clint Kubiak. I want Clint Kubiak. Look at what he did with Seattle. Nobody was talking about getting Clint Kubiak when he was with the Saints. I'll wait. Nobody was saying, let's go get Clint Kubiak when he was with the Saints. He lost his job, right? And then he went to the Seahawks and they're Super Bowl champions. Sometimes it's all about the organization. Like, my boy might have had situations above his pay grade that he wasn't even feeling. So it's so much stuff that people don't understand. You didn't perform. Look what you did with Shador. Look what you're doing with Gabriel and all these people. And it's just like, dude, probably when he came in, they probably told him, you got the keys to the mansion, my boy. The keys to the castle, my boy. It's you. You got you. And then they start changing everything. Go, hey, man, do this, do this, do this. Don't do this, do this. I'm going to be 100%. Bill Belichick was the Browns, was with the Browns. Look at what happened after he left. I'm saying he went to the Patriots and they became a dynasty of dynasties. Yes? Andy Reid. He had McNabb and T.O. and all these people. They was trashing Andy Reid, trashing him with the Eagles, trashing him. And then when he went down to Kansas City, everybody was, I'm getting out of this, yeah. And that's what I heard. I'm getting out of this, Just because somebody did bad at one place doesn't mean they're going to translate over to the same. It's all about the coaching too. It's about your team that you assemble. It's about everybody that have a I can tell you what it looks like. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it looks like to me. And I'm saying this. I don't know if anybody said this. The people that they assembled around Stefanski, Matt Ryan, and Ian Cunningham, I don't see no people with no egos. What's one of the things they talked about Raheem Morris? Ego. What happened with Ike Hilliard and Ray McLeod when they probably spoke up on this dude? Ego. Do you see like it's a different, they're trying to change the culture completely. What we've been seeing, we're not going to see that. It might even make these guys play better. It might make these guys want to put it all out down the field because they see the bigger picture. They see the vision. They want to win. And now they don't have bullshit in their face. Now they might want to perform. Same reason why I'm talking about Michael Penix. They might have talked to this dude and said, hey, my guy, regardless of what people are saying to you, we got your back. And then I hear people saying stuff I've never heard. This is how you know when people talk too much, when people listen to the media too much. I ain't never heard nobody say non-committal. Non-committal. Oh, it seems like Matt Ryan he's non-committal to Michael Penix. I've never heard nobody say non-committal. If you tell me when somebody used that word before Matt Ryan was asked about Michael Penix Jr., he said, "It's not on me. That's on the coaches. That's on the coaches." If Stefanski still feels like Michael Penix Jr. is that guy. And then I could have sworn I just seen Tommy Reese, which is the offensive coordinator, say, "Hey, this dude needs development as a young player. He has arm talent, but just like a rookie he needs development." Duh. People, we done drafted Mr. Glass. That's anybody that can take. Have you ever looked at your knee? Like look at a diagram of an inside of a knee. That little ligament ACL is just so thin. Like, bro, anybody can get hit. Anybody, you take a hit, a helmet, a sharp turn, bro, anybody. We were seeing people go down and practice. Braylon Trice in practice. DJ Shockley in preseason. Stop it. Stop. It's more than it's a lot that goes on, man. It's like, bro, stop. I'm not somebody that's not advocating for. I'm advocating for Michael Penix Jr. So Michael Penix Jr., if you ever come across my show and you say, "Let me listen to this man," bro, we believe in Michael Penix Jr. over her. I don't think, and I think that's just because he's a part of the brand. He's still a part of the brand, bro. He's still a part of the home team. Desmond Ridder is our guy. Desmond Ridder, and I have a Ridder jersey. I have a number 9 jersey and a number 4 Ridder jersey. The problem I had with Ridder is he didn't have, you guessed it, a coaching staff around him. We didn't have anybody to develop him. But he still has quarterback jobs, though. He still, even if it's a backup job, he still has a quarterback job. He didn't have a coaching nucleus around him to develop him. Some people don't understand. You don't understand. Some people play with a chip on their shoulder, like Desmond Ridder. Some people like, hey, this dude was like, hey, man, they messed up because I could be Himothy now. I just need my opportunity. As soon as he didn't go, they let him go. Because you know what it was in the, what's in the room we had, and our coaching, the personnel we had before, all the higher ups and everybody we had, we probably had egos. They probably felt like, yeah, we ain't the problem. He the problem. Let's go get the next one. Okay, Kirk Cousins. He's hurt, but we still want to pay him like this man is carving up defenses still after being hurt. And you gotta take it up and think about what they're doing for Michael Penix Jr. If we got rid of Michael Penix Jr., he's a casualty to Terry Fontenot. He's a casualty to Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris's regime. He's a casualty. That's why I'm advocating so hard for my boy, is because he was a casualty of their decision, of their poor decisions. Like, they didn't create the best possible people out here. Like, what did Raheem Morris say? Yeah, you know why I got so many coaches on my squad? We finna get everybody jobs. No, what y'all did was got everybody fired damn near. Except Hubert or Obert. I fuck with Andy Reid in Philly. I just like him for that ass whooping he left Javon Curse, but put Vic in on 05. Yeah, some coaches are solid dudes, man. Some coaches are solid dudes. But yeah, Andy Reid was solid, bro. He was solid. It was just his time in the Eagles. It was up, and then when he went down to Kansas City, they became contenders. Ryan will fold up like Gumby and pop back up. That's funny. Should have never went after. Man, I don't. that's a casualty of probably egos. The one thing that they said, we wanted a Matt Ryan-esque style quarterback. And you know who they picked? Kirk Cousins, which is a Matt Ryan-esque style quarterback. He just fell off. He just fell off. And I tell you, after they get the money, they turn into Devontae Freeman. Forget they got legs. You forget you're a running back with legs. I don't know what happens to Devontae Freeman. After he got paid, no more. Red and black in the chat. Red and black in the chat. So, if I can say anything to Michael Penix, if anybody in Michael Penix's camp, and the funny thing is, we met Michael Penix's mother in our tailgate when we first came out. When he it was last year. I think, was it last year? Yeah, I mean this past year. No, the year before. Was it the year before? I think when we first drafted him, his mother, his family was in our tailgate. Michael Penix family was in our tailgate. But yeah, what I was gonna say about this right here, if I can say anything, or anybody can get to this guy, and while he's working out, go ahead and put that Karate Kid, "You the best around," work out to that. Anytime I bowl to that, bro, like I be throwing strikes when I play that song. Like it'll be like, "You the best around, never ever gonna let you down." I swear to you, that gets you so hyped. Y'all listen to that. Anytime y'all doing something, listen to that song from the Karate Kid. I swear to you, you're gonna get motivated. Kirk Cousins is Timu Matt Ice. No warranty. Well, he was Matt Ryan is. That's what they wanted, and they paid him a lot. That's what you think about the new J. Cole. I ain't even listened to it yet. I'm gonna listen to it. I ain't listened to it yet. I ain't ready to listen to it because people say, "Oh my goodness, I know J. Cole. I know it's fine. I know it's fine." But I'm focusing on my own music, and I don't want his influence to influence my thought processes on my music. Not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just that I got some stuff up here I'm trying to get off first, like at least just a template of what I want, and then I listen to him, and I might change some stuff because I feel like I'm competing. I feel like, oh shit, I like his idea. I want to, adapt my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. But I would definitely check out his album. Definitely check it out. I was tempted to do it. You know what I'm saying? I could just go to woo. But yeah, see, I go to Apple Music right now and say who's releasing. I can say Jay, not Jay Bobbin. The Fallout, 24 songs. They come up, why? Real quick. See, I ain't gonna listen to it though. I gotta do my own music. First. I ain't putting nothing out in a minute, so I gotta really focus. I got 2 songs, maybe actually like 4 songs I'm working on. One is definitely a banger. It's called Talking. It's about people talking junk about you. It's like no matter what you do, good or bad, people gonna talk junk about you. Ain't that right, Michael Penix Jr.? They gonna talk junk about you no matter how good you is, how bad you is. They gonna talk junk about you. Your knees messed up, they gonna talk shit about you. You tweeting on Twitter, and that tweet on Twitter to me, or that tweet on X, was more about saying, hey, y'all don't know what I'm going through. I'm tired of hearing you talk. Let me go ahead, hey man, let me defend. I'm a man first, bro. That's what I got from that. But like I said, to him, actions speak louder than words. Come back strong. Come back healthier. Come back legit. Come back focused. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do for you. And put that on the screen. And put like a montage of people just talking junk about you. And you just working out through it. And I'm telling you, my boy gonna come back, but I don't want to hear nobody say Nathaniel. about my boy. You know what I'm talking about? I still, hey, Michael Penix, hey, I swear to you, during the open practice in Flowery Branch, I need Bijan Robinson to sign my figurine right here. I need Michael Penix Jr. to sign my black jersey, and I need Drake London. I can't believe. I know why I didn't go down there to the. I know why I didn't go down there to the Atlantic Station when Drake London was down there. I had good reasoning why I didn't want to go. I didn't go. I wanted to go. I was like, I'm gonna get him to sign this black jersey so I can hang it on my wall right now. We got the AJ Terrell right now. We got the Bijan Robinson and this Grady Jarrett white one. But during the open practice, I'm going to try to get my boy Bijan Robinson. I'm gonna show y'all again, just in case y'all don't remember. I'm gonna get him to sign right here. Sign right here on the whiteboard. Yeah, I think signing right there would be dope. Sign right there. This right here. My Bijan Robinson figurine. That junk is dope. Oh, he can sign the back too. That's why I want to get two. He can sign one right here, and then I put the other one. I take it out of the thing and have it sitting on it. Or I'll try to get him, like I said, I try to get him to sign both of them. He signed both of them. Then I try to give one of them out. So when I reach 500 subs, like I told y'all help me get 500 subs. If I get him to sign two, I try to get one of them out to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That'll be dope, right? You feel me? I still got my Bijan Robinson, the little fat head things. The Drake London one, get him to sign. I'm trying to get them all to sign some stuff. Sign this, man. Michael Penix, sign this, my boy. You know. But yeah, come out, like I said, come out stronger, come out healthier. You're gonna have naysayers all day. You're gonna have people that's gonna talk. We can't do nothing about people that talk about us. We can be congratulated and motivated by the people that talk about us because it's only motivation. You said, I need to listen. What you need to listen to what? He said, how was it? How was what? But the J. Cole album. Oh yeah. They say it's fire. I ain't listened to it yet, but everybody, I can go to it right now. I can tell you what they saying about it. You know how they have the stars beside it? Let's see how many stars my boy got. This man got 2 CDs. The first CD, 7 songs got, stars. Out of 12 songs on the first disc, 7 songs got stars. Got, people like the 7 song. And then this, how quickly we forget. How quickly we forget that we was asking Michael Penix to go out there to take Kirk Cousins' spot. But as soon as he went down, like I said, they was just like, hey, man, get him up out of here. And I think we as fans, we don't give people a fair shake. We don't give people a fair shake, man. Can you imagine New York Giants, Dart going down, Jackson Dart going down, and they like, get him out of here? Can you imagine Neighbors going down? Get him up out of here. See, I don't know why y'all drafted. I'm pretty sure somebody's like that. But they're not. We don't really see the other side of any other teams as much as our own because we're focused on our own team. But I think if we really, really, really back that, we don't even back the Falcons. Even Falcons fans, Atlantans don't really back the team because we're not winning. We want to be winners. But you can't say that we want to win. We really just want to be entertained, like we're in the Coliseum, and this is the Greek times when they had, the gladiators, because they like to be entertained. As soon as somebody running, quarterback running instead of, they like to be entertained. But honestly, like at the end of the day, how quickly we forgot. Like, my boy is a competitor. That's why he put that long tweet out. That's why he was like, "Hey man, I don't go. Y'all don't know what I do. Like, y'all don't know what I've been through. You don't know what mental gymnastics and stuff I gotta go through every day. I gotta get up. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm hurting." As soon as he went down and Kirk Cousins went behind and did a play action pass to Mooney for a touchdown, they was like, "Y'all could have been doing this in an entire game. Y'all could have been doing this." What they were talking about when Michael Penix was making the throws and winning and doing all this stuff. I told y'all he was him. I told y'all, hey, that man, hey, he showed you he was standing in the pocket and making the throws. He was standing in the pockets and making the throws and doing all the things that he need to do. And then he go down. It's like, man, get him up out of here, because we're not getting what we want. Because the reality is we're tired of losing, and we're tired of people picking. Even if Michael, just saying for instance, even if Michael Penix doesn't see the field again, knock on wood, just saying, y'all gotta understand these choices and everything that happened before this season is all of somebody else's thought processes and scouting. This ain't the new regime that we have created, or they have created, or Matt Ryan has created. That's what they're trying to change the culture. They're trying to change what we've been having for eight years and take that and create something totally different. We might see a different version of this team that we may not be used to, because we've had a certain time. We had 5 years of Terry Fontenot. We had, after that is Dimitrov. He wasn't doing good. It's like, y'all don't understand. We have a new culture that has to develop. We don't have the same people here. They had to just, hey, get rid of everybody. Only thing that's probably the only some of the same people is like the defensive coordinator. Where did JPJ lose us last year? Yeah, that's a Gax boy speaks. Gax boy speaks. Like, yeah, where did he lose us? He lost us when he went down. Well, he didn't lose me, because I got a military Michael Penix jersey over here. That cost me almost 300 for that jersey. That military jersey. Limited edition Michael Penix military jersey. In my closet of jerseys over there. He didn't lose me. It's just that people follow the narrative of the media. As soon as they was like, look at him, there he is. He done had three injuries, to 2 on one leg, 5 injuries, and a season ending. Yeah, that happens if you get hit. Guess what we're trying to do? Develop our O-line so this man won't be taking unnecessary hits. That's how you do that. Developing him so he can be able to maneuver in the pocket, feel the sense, have his third eye or his spider sense for the pressure. You know how some coaches be like, oh, they sense the pressure and then he's throwing it away, because he has to go through his progressions. He can't be somebody that take off every time he get back there, you know. And that's development. People don't understand. It's a lot of development that comes along. This dude is still, he hasn't played a full season. He wasn't asked to play a full season at first. He went in there because Kirk Cousins couldn't play a full season. Did nobody say nothing about Kirk Cousins? He didn't play a full season, but this man got $100 million guaranteed. And we already know, man, we want to Kirk. Once Kirk Cousins was like, hey, man, I want to be traded, this, game, not genre. My whole thing is, man, I just feel like we need to give my boy a fair shake. Stop playing, stop acting like, you know, he wasn't asked to do Like he wasn't called upon. As soon as Kirk Cousins was looking like trash, they wanted Michael Penix in there. I think everything happens for a reason. And the reason he went down and Kirk Cousins finished off and we was looking like how we was looking, we lost like how we lost, although we had a 4-game win streak, means nothing. We still needed this process to happen because we needed a culture change in our building. And this is how that culture change is going to be. We got Stefanski. There's nothing we can do about that. The coaching staff, personnel that they created around this whole new regime is something that people can get on board with. Just think about it. Look at the coaching, because I said it before. I felt like poor coaching was failing the talent on this team. I had a show about it, and it's basically just that. The coaching personnel we have now is the coaching personnel you'll probably see for the next 3 to 5 years. The way we retain people is we create an environment where everybody is validated, everybody is valued, every coach has a voice, everybody is working together to achieve one vision. And I felt like we just didn't have a vision for this team. We didn't have a culture that really bled red and black. And these guys they didn't put it all on the field like that. And I think they just didn't believe in the vision that was given. Somebody like Matt Ryan that's respected is going to get the best out of certain people because he's going to understand values. He's going to understand from it wasn't not too long ago my boy was in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, right? That's still a little fresh. It ain't like it's been 30 years. It ain't like it's been 20 years, you know. And he can get off that feeling, and tell him, what he felt. Y'all don't understand, man. It's a lot that goes into it. It's like every cog in the machine has to be oiled, and everybody has to be able to move at a certain way for the machine to work. One cog missing, the machine is gonna break down. But that's all your boy got for you today. Like I said, hey man, we still represent Michael Penix Jr., man. For those who don't know, like I said, I'm the Lochness, man. I do appreciate y'all for stopping by. The few people that pulled up, I don't care if it was one person, I still would have did this thing. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and end my show on that note. But like I said, if you haven't followed the Lochness on the Lochness podcast on my channel, not just AFN LLC, go to the Lochness podcast on YouTube, my own personal channel, the Lochness podcast, and get me to 500 subs to grow my channel. Oh shoot, just get me to the next 140, 150. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll move on from there. If you enjoy my content, let me know in the chat. Thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up, subscribe, follow, share. And like I said, go follow everybody that's doing Falcons content. Represent them, sit with them, chill with them, talk with them. Let them know the lot that sent you, man. Until next time, I'll probably be back tomorrow. I feel like something's brewing. Something's gonna pop off. Something's gonna pop off. Something's gonna pop off tomorrow. I think we're gonna have to talk about. But I think, like I said, my next show, I'm gonna go ahead and give a dissect of the coaching personnel that we have, so people can understand where how all these coaches reflect different aspects of our team and how it's an improvement from where we once were to where we are now. And this just by coaching staff, and the mentality of the coaching personnel that we have compared to the coaching personnel that we used to have. Because 8 and 9 twice, 7 and 10 3 years in a row, like we've improved, but we need to improve better than we ever have. And we do that and improve that. Like y'all, like showing up for the team, win, lose, or draw. We ain't gotta hit that 28-3 when it was just 28-13. Yeah. So, 29, whatever it was, Seahawks won. That's how Seahawks won. Like I said, I'm representing the red and black and red. It's just that we need to, like I say, even if we don't have, even if Michael Penix Jr. isn't the future of the team, at least give him a fair shake to come back healthy. And it's going to be up to him. And it's going to be up to Michael Penix Jr. to be like, hey, F the naysayers, let me show y'all. I can show you better than I can tell you. That's the old folks saying. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. And if my boy putting out long monologues and tweets and telling people and targeting whoever was, talking junk about him, I would rather him show up on the field. Some people was like, he shouldn't have said anything. But at the end of the day, I'm a man first. Like, you're not finna bash me and think I'm finna sit there. But then again, it's all about who you have around you. And that's just like how I was saying about JPJ. If my boy crashing out, if he would have had the right people around him, they probably could have talked him off the ledge. So until then, I see y'all either tomorrow or next Tuesday. Or I might be on somebody's show. Or I might be in somebody's show in the comments. Just when you see the Lochness podcast pull up, just say, hey, what up, Lock? And there's it. And we Gucci, man.